The American Healthcare Association is pleased to present today's program, Beyond Savings, What You Should Be Getting from Your GPO. I am now pleased to introduce David Kylo with AHCA. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Kendra, and good morning or good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you are in the country. We're glad you could join us today. We're going to be talking, as Kendra mentioned, about what you should be getting from your GPO. And I think we have a very special GPO partner with Incite Strategic Partners. We launched our partnership with Incite about 2 years ago, and the member response has just been tremendous with the savings they've received from joining the GPO. But Incite offers so much more than that. And that's partially what we're going to talk about today, about what you should be expecting from a GPO. Since we formed the partnership, almost half our state affiliates, 25 states by the end of the year, will be partners with Incite. But regardless of whether your state is a partner, as a member of the American Healthcare Association or National Center for Assisted Living, you're able to take advantage of all of the savings that Incite offers and all of their programs. One of the great things about Incite and why we chose them as a GPO is they don't have any minimum purchase requirements, they have no exclusivity requirements, and it's free to join. And our motivation for joining was member savings. You know, we were coming out of the pandemic 2 years ago, and everyone's bottom line was so tight. And so it was so important, we thought, for our members to find any way they could save money, because we all know the workforce struggles we were having at the time. But beyond that individual member savings, what's been great about our partnership with Incite is that they share the same passion we all have for long-term care. And that's a good example of that was this year when the final rule for the non-discrimination in health programs rule was passed, which said that every nursing facility in any assisted living community that accepts Medicaid dollars is required to offer translation services, including American Sign Language, to their residents, to their clients. And Incite stepped up to the plate and identified a solution and was able to get a translation service called Voice at discounted rates for members of AHCA and NCAL. And then went further and said that any member who needs those services can join Incite GPO just for those translation services. That's just a good example of how dedicated Incite is to our profession and finding solutions for our members. With that, I want to turn it over to Jen Bruning, who's going to kick off the webinar today. Jen?
Thank you so much, Dave, and thank you to AHCA NCAL for the time to meet with you all today. My name is Jen Bruning, and I am the Director of Partner Education with Incite Strategic Partners. Dave gave us a fantastic little intro there, so you get a sense of just how important it is for Incite to work alongside these impactful organizations to really help support the industry and to support all of you. Today's presentation is really meant to orient you to what it looks like to be an Incite member. We really understand that the decision to either add a GPO to your purchasing strategy or to make a change from other GPOs can be very intimidating and come with a lot of change. And so for today, my colleagues Nick Tranquito and Amy Loon are going to walk you through not only kind of an intro to Incite and the programs we offer, but what it looks like on the inside and the level of support that you can expect from us when you become a member with Incite. So with that, I will then kick it over to Nick Tranquito, who's our VP of Partnership Development, to lead you into today's information. Take it away, Nick.
Thank you, Jen. Yeah, I appreciate the introduction, and thank you, Dave, for yours as well. I want to talk a little bit here as we begin about Incite and some of the things that Dave and Jen had mentioned. This is our new mission statement, came up with earlier this year, and I think it embodies what a GPO should be for all of our members. It should be a partnership, right? We are dedicated to our members. We want to be not only an extension of your team, we want to be an extension of American Healthcare Association and NCAL. We want to empower you all to come to us with changes that you would like to see, with needs that you have as the market changes, as the landscape changes in your day-to-day business. We want to not only come to you and say, here's what we have, we want to hear from you all, here's what we need. And to Dave's point of the voice conversation, if it's not a solution that we have today, we're going to go out and find a solution for you because it's important to you, right? Advocating for our industry, that is in our DNA. As Dave mentioned, we are 100% exclusively in the post-acute long-term care sector. That is our entire membership. That's what our membership is comprised of. We don't do hospitality. We don't do K through 12. We don't do anything with acute care or hospital associations. We are 100% building out a team here that are experts in post-acute care and that can speak your language and have worked in facilities and worked with facilities over the course of our entire careers. So that is our main goal. Some of the things that we have heard back from our members as they've come to us and said, here's what I'm looking for. Upfront savings. Dave hit the nail on the head coming out of the pandemic. Rebates are something that takes months to recoup. And if we can save you money and help you be more liquid and help your staff be within budget at the point of purchase, that is exactly how we'd like to set up all of our contracts. And we would like to supplement those contracts with industry expertise. We know the challenges that you're facing within workforce. We know the challenges with turnover and new staff members and new regulations. And if we can be there to help you be more efficient with the staff that you have, help you be more efficient with the technology that you're using, and really, like I said, be an extension of your team. That is what we're here to do. And folks like Jen, who are dietitians, and other experts that we have on staff that are at your disposal anytime that you need us, whether you're an Incite member today or not, and you have something that you need and something that you'd like to develop, we love to help you do that. And that is, on top of savings, that's just helping you all be better operators and really put the focus where it should be, which is on your residents. And that is our main focus as well. As we bring partners into the program, we want them to have high quality products that hopefully bring a better experience and a better solution to your residents ultimately. Amy's going to talk a little bit about how we work day to day with our members. And I've been doing GPO now in the GPO world for almost 15 years now. Everybody can tell you what you've bought. It's not anything you can't get in your accounts payable, right? What we want to do is ongoing support. Here's why we think these products or these services can help your organization. Or if you come and say, we need a solution to this, here's how we're going to help you implement it. We're not just going to say, hey, here, this is so-and-so, and he can help you get this off the ground. We're going to be there, and we're going to create that process with you. We're going to create a better solution for you that's going to help your residents and really tailor it to how you work today so that we're not reinventing a wheel. We're really saying, here's your process today, and here's how we can improve it and make it better through some of the solutions and products that we have. On top of voice, which Dave had mentioned, like I said, we're always out there looking for solutions. We go to congressional briefings, we go to rally days in all of our states that we participate and have partnerships with. We're listening alongside of you all on, here's the regulations, here's what we're dealing with, here are the issues we're dealing with. And we take that back to our team and we say, hey, this seems to be a global struggle that everyone's having in a specific state or nationwide. And if we don't touch that area of spend or that area of heartache for you all, we want to go out there and find a strong partner that we think can do it well. And over the last almost 2 years, 18 months, we've been working on a solution because everywhere we go, it's around workforce and recruiting more staff members, retaining those staff members. So really, when you look at what we're trying to do, we're taking the advocacy piece of us locking arms with you all to see what's going on. We're adding a service to it. We're adding technology support to use to help you be more efficient. And hopefully all of that, by using it correctly, is going to generate savings for you all, which is the core principle of a GPO is how can we use the purchasing power that we have within our membership to save you money. Mark has been a strong partner with us. He was obviously in his position as president and CEO when we launched this program. It was vetted. We've worked hand in hand with him on advocacy efforts. We know that as dues paying members into the association, they are taking the revenue that they make as you as members, and they're going out there and they're fighting on your behalf. What we're doing with all of our contracts, with all of our partnerships, we want to put our money out there as well to say, hey, we want the health of this industry to thrive moving forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that they have the resources they need to be able to go out there and push favorable policy for you all, make it a favorable workplace and environment for you all to succeed on behalf of your residents. And we want to do that. We give back a substantial amount of money to the association and to the industry as a whole. And we're hoping that this number doubles, and continues to double and continues to double. And they can continue to use, the resources that we're providing and that our members are providing and you all are providing in order to have a great thriving post-acute industry. David mentioned voice. I'm not going to dive too much deeper into that. If anyone has questions on this, my email, Amy's email, Jen's email are all at the end of this, and we'll make sure that you have the contact information. This is a great contract to have. It's not a high spend category. There's not a lot of compliance or hoops to jump through here. This is something that you can have as an app, and if you should need it, it's there. Again, this is something we went out because of the advocacy efforts, because of the partnership with AHCA NCAL, and said, we'll go figure out a solution to this. Another thing that we've done, just like voice, is we've heard from our members, hey, we want to give our employees something for being, part of our team, part of our staff. We went out and partnered with Abenity on an employee perks program. This is something that you all on the call, all of your staff folks, you can print out the one pager that I know Dave has sent out before, and we'll make sure it's sent out again to hang up in the break room, download the app on your phone, and hopefully in your day-to-day lives, you'll be able to offer your staff members or take advantage yourselves of some of the categories we have in here to save money in your personal lives. I used this app. I think the most impactful one, I saved about $500 on a new refrigerator, which my wife was really happy about and made me look like a hero. But there's a lot of things in your local towns. It's all geo-coded, savings around town and savings as you travel and look to go on vacations or rent cars or whatever you need to do to do your job or to enjoy your free time. But this is something that we went out and developed because it was important to our members and to our operators that they have something. Most recently, are the one that we've been nimble as an organization to go out and try to figure out is workforce. There's obviously a lot of agencies out there, and we are trying to, just like you all, limit the amount of agency that's being used and be able to hire full-time employees. Rebalance the workforce is a great way to put it. It's something we are really passionate about. And we have a partner in SnapCare that allows you to better utilize your own full-time employees to fill shifts rather than having to rely on agency. If you do need to rely on agency, being able to hire those people a lot quicker than what's in a typical contract today. We're trying to remove a lot of the red tape around what's going on in workforce right now to make sure that you all can build up your full-time employees and not have to rely so much out there in the staffing world. We're really excited about it. We've gotten some really great feedback with some large operators across the country that we've launched in. And we think that, based on congressional briefing and some of the things that we've been doing out there politically and on the advocacy front, that this is a very viable and exciting solution to a problem that I think everyone is facing in all 50 states. I'd love to connect you all, or if you have any questions, like I said, please reach out to us and we'll be able to kind of walk you through what this looks like. We really run it through the state associations. We have a full account management team that helps you maintain this. There's very little legwork on the operator side. We really try to hold your hand and guide you through how to reduce agency in your facilities and how to rebalance the workforce, as I mentioned. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Amy. I think the way we've constructed this presentation, we really want a lot of the focus to be on how you should be engaging with a GPO partner. Yes, the contracts are there and the cost savings are there, hopefully, and you're taking advantage of some of the pricing and things like that. But a GPO should and could be so much more in the current climate. And I think that Amy and her team across the country, they really do a great job of working on what's important to our members and how they can help along the way and help you be more efficient and really take advantage of implementing those cost savings that we can see with our business partners across the country. So with that, I'll turn it over to Amy.
Appreciate that, Nick. Good afternoon, everyone. So yeah, I want to spend some time talking through how we support our members. So my name's Amy Loon. I'm Senior Director for our Member Success team. And that team is basically the team of account managers that support our business. So the vision of the Member Success team is really to embody Incite's dedication to nurturing and achieving measurable outcomes within our members' organizations and day-to-day business. The team is composed of senior living operations, dietitians, supply chain management experience, and of course, customer service experience as well. And we really are committed to serving our members up and down throughout the organization and ensuring that they feel supported, that we're engaged, and really fostering long-term success and satisfaction. So in doing that, we have a very robust portfolio of business partners. We really span every corner, angle to angle of our members' needs as it relates to our portfolio. So we really try to connect with companies that have a nationwide healthcare presence, very high quality products that can be beneficial to any long-term care senior living or organization. A lot of these business partners, as mentioned, cover the entire nation, but we also have a robust offering of regional business partners as well that we can offer that can continue to bring support and advocation and to every organization. As we look at powering our members, we'll flip over to the next slide here. What's a little bit different? So the team really is essentially a little bit different. We've got a lot of years of experience. Again, Nick mentioned a couple of times our sole focus is senior living. We really we have experts in purchasing and procurement and culinary. We have dietitians on staff. Operation, nutrition, analytics. We really cover the full spectrum and gamut as it relates to our members and what we can bring to the table. We really focus a lot of time in member advocacy and getting to know our members and how we can come up alongside and help them do better with their business, help streamline their organization, to make their business a little bit more robust operationally. We do a lot with data and analytics. We have a lot of programs, which we just mentioned, that support our senior living members and our members of our program. And then again, dining expertise. As we look at the next slide, really from a success standpoint, we work as a team. We often talk about in member success that we are masters of nothing, but we know a lot about everything. We support our members by being those connectors to support their business and to connect other organizations and vendors to the business to help it be successful. We never like to work in a silo. Oftentimes we come into meetings with our vendor partners, with culinary and operations, and we are really working together from a teamwork perspective, because we find that the more we work together as a team, the better we are able to support our members and our members' needs.
Yeah, and I want to touch base on one thing that you said that was important. I think our goal is to be your first phone call. If something happens within your facility, if you are you have a crisis, you have a piece of equipment that went down, you have something that you need. If you don't have a resource for it, Googling it, going through a Rolodex, those types of things, it takes time, it takes labor on your end. As an extension of your organization, if you reach out to Amy's team, we have single points of contact at 400 plus different contracts that we have. We can get you connected very quickly. We can get you a solution very quickly, as long as we know that there's an issue. So a lot of the times what they're talking to our members about is what's going on in the building, what's going on in the organization, what's coming up, what do we need to prepare for, those types of things. And utilizing our business partner network and you taking advantage of that through collaboration with Amy's team is extremely vital that we're included in that, because at the end of the day, we can offer you a bunch of solutions to a problem. And if they work for you, great. And if they don't, you did your due diligence by including us in the conversation. So we want to be part of those conversations. We want to be included in that. And then hopefully we can give you a viable solution to the problem that you're having.
Absolutely. To Nick's point, being an extension of your team is where we try to fit in. Often we joke about how we're non-paid employees. We are coming up alongside of you, getting to know your business and just becoming an extension and a regular piece of your normal team. This really starts right at the very beginning. So as we onboard new members, we've got a very robust onboarding process that you can see from here, where we are diving into your business basically pre-day one to get ready to bring you on, so that as you're coming onto the program, it's a smooth transition. You're starting out with the right products right out of the gate. The savings that we've offered and shared as we've looked at the process, we want to make sure and ensure that that's being done right out of the gate. So, as I'm talking to members, we had one yesterday say, well, we didn't even know we made a change. And that's exactly what we want to see. We prepare and go through these steps out of the gate, so that when the time comes and the change takes place and you come on to the Incite program, there's not really much of a change even being noticed, because we've done so well from the beginning. And again, that is not done with just us alone. That's done with your food distributors. That's done with other vendors as well, to ensure a smooth and an easy onboarding process.
Yeah, I think the third bullet point on the left there, the stakeholders call, the more folks that we know within the facility, within the community, the better. Because we'd like to help out in JanSan, we'd like to help out with activities, we'd like to help out with dining. If we know those people, and more importantly, those people know us, the level of communication goes up there, and they know, hey, we can reach out to Amy, we can reach out to whoever on Amy's team that handles, that's their single point of contact. We can get them included, but it's not just the administrator. It's not just, the dining director. It's multiple people within the community that can go, I know I have a place to go to get the answers that I need. And plus, as we add more things as more business partners, we add things like voice, we add things like workforce. We identify new opportunities. We know, hey, this lives in the JanSan world or the maintenance world, and we know who the maintenance director is. We can go directly to them. We know who the dining person is. It makes for a smooth, seamless, very little labor, very little disruption to your day-to-day, very little disruption to your residents. And also, if there is resident feedback on certain products, we can address those as well. And to come to us and say, hey, this product's not working. We've been using it for a while, but we're getting a lot of pushback. We need to find something else. let's get to that. Let's get that conversation rolling. So again, constant contact, constant engagement, and just knowing that you have a solution and a place to go.
And that engagement does not stop throughout the lifespan of our partnership. We continue to be very supportive, very present in your business through many different levers of support, analytical support, business reviews. We do a lot of customized optimizations. We've got some really cool data projects that we're doing right now, which I'll touch base on just a little bit later. We have team members that really dive into the food side. We know that food is such a significant spend category in your organization. And so whatever we can do to help support that, to help save you money as it relates to food through cuttings, through optimizations, through menu support, broker support. We really do focus a lot of time and effort and energy in that section of your business because we know it's so important. We are a significant advocate as it comes to stocking initiatives and product mix support, making sure that we understand what our contracts are that best support our members, and then going to our distributor partners to advocate, to bring things in that really will move that needle and help save money, save time, save labor and effort. We've got a very robust nutrition and innovation side of our business. Jen and her team do a great job and are very visible out in the industry, speaking in front of members in large meetings. We support AHCA and the state associations often in our speaking engagements. And we're doing some really cool things from a pilot and beta test standpoint too, with some of our members as it relates to pieces of our business that are really important. So some really cool things we're doing on the memory care side with Jen and some of our other partners here. And then Nick also mentioned the employee perks as well through Abenity. We've got some programs with Sherwin-Williams and Staples as well.
Yeah, and I will say one of the things that's really cool, Amy mentioned cuttings. We have members that obviously the folks on this call, menus change throughout the year, right? And if there's something that is new that you are putting on a menu and you want to try the product, reach out to us. Reach out and say, hey, we're thinking about putting this on the menu. I know you have a few different contracts, but we'd love to let our chefs get their hands on it before we put it out, before we roll the menu out. And we can work with our broker community and our distributor partners and say, hey, can you get this out to them? Let them, see if it's something that works. Let them get a handful of residents to try it and say, hey, is this something that you'd like to see on the menu? Like, get some resident feedback. We can help facilitate all of that. Amy had mentioned Jen does a lot of stuff around dining with dementia. She speaks on that a lot. She does a lot of things around pureed foods and being able to give the same experience to all residents, regardless of their dining ability. And if they have dysphagia or other things going on where, they don't want just the pureed stuff and everybody else is getting, beautifully plated thing. We want to be able to help you and train your staff on, hey, this is a cool and creative way to prepare something so that everybody can enjoy it, all of your residents. And some of that is, we were doing a collaboration with one of our state partners a month ago, and they sent in some pictures of some pureed foods that they looked exactly the same as the non-pureed food, the regular stuff on the menu. And the value that their residents see in that, we've actually went to them and said, hey, we want, how did you do this? We want, let us share what you're doing with all of our other members. So, we can kind of expand on that or build out, our knowledge base so that we can share it with all of our members. So as things like that come about in your day-to-day or via your resident feedback or some things that you want to do creatively from a culinary standpoint, to Amy's point, we have a lot of expertise on our side that we can help you with. And if it's not something we directly do, we have distributor partners, brokers, different dietitians in the network with Jen that we can lean on and say, hey, this member we have would like some additional education on this, and let's put something together and present it to them. So those are the things that I know Jen gets excited about. It's things that our team gets excited about because it's a real creative collaboration within our members, and that's the stuff that gets us excited. I do want to mention, Amy ended on employee perks. You are all members of American Healthcare and NCAL. These are available to you today, whether you use Incite as your primary GPO or not. If you want your employees to have access to the perks program or access to any of our employees' perks through Sherwin-Williams or Staples or any other ones, please let us know. We'll get you set up with that. And then hopefully we'll build a relationship with you from there. But those are all available to you as a value add to your membership with AHCA and NCAL.
As our members are getting more savvy in procurement, e-procurement platforms have been a really popular topic of discussion. We have a lot of members that are using e-procurement platforms such as DSSI. Incite has a white labeled DSSI program called Incite Select. This is an offering that is a software offering that's no out-of-pocket charges to our members. Historically, these have only been available to larger members, maybe 1,000 beds or more, or 10 communities or more. We offer these to all of our membership. So a lot of really good perks as it relates to Incite Select and DSSI and e-procurement, as you can see here from a budget control standpoint. GL coding, being able to put everything on one platform so you can see easily where all of your spend is going. There's a lot of approval options that you can use from a DSSI standpoint. So again, a lot of our members are taking advantage of this white labeled platform to help enhance and benefit their business. And again, just some a little bit additional Incite Select from a e-procurement and savings standpoint. It's just a plethora of data all combined into one platform to really benefit our members to be able to help capture costs and streamline through different order guides as well.
Yeah, it's almost interesting. The interesting way to think about this is it's almost like an Amazon for senior living, right? Everything looks and feels the same, whether you're buying a box of gloves or you're my daughter who went on Amazon and bought a lot of licorice that she wasn't supposed to do. It all looks and feels the same. The pictures are there, the nutritionals are there, the box size, the quantities, everything is there, and you're able to set up approval processes. So before that is sent to the company that will be sending you the product, you can verify as an administrator or as a business office manager that we indeed do need this, it's within budget, and do all of that on the front end. So there's no surprises, surprise boxes of licorice that weren't approved that show up to your facility. And then your wife has some things to say to you about that. So, but it's a really slick efficiency tool. You can add as many users as you want. The maintenance folks can use it, and it's going to look exactly like the dining folks see it. You can set up order guides, set up approvals. We're in there as partners. We can go in there. We can help you with the order guides. We can add things, remove things. Just make sure that A, we're keeping costs contained, and B, we're really focused on the products that are going to help you all be successful and help raise the level of resident satisfaction.
As we get into a little bit of the analytics side, we really start data and analytics right out of the gate. We want to make sure that we're painting an accurate picture for our members so that when they come onto our program, they come onto our program knowing what to expect, how to expect it, and then we continue to support those analytics through the lifespan. So this is a deep dive into our member spend. This is a way that we initially start building order guides. You know, as we're looking to bring on members, it's very common in our industry to look at maybe the top 100, top 150 items, and put together some analytics based on that. We like to go a little bit deeper. We really like to look at 80% or higher of our member spend, so that we can really depict a clear and accurate picture. And you can see the comparative information on the left hand of your screen. In this particular snapshot, we looked at 80.58% of spend from our member, so that we can really depict an accurate picture of what's happening and where they can go with our program. So you can see we really try to reduce spend at the point of purchase rather than waiting for rebates to come, as Nick mentioned. That is something that means a lot to us from a program standpoint. We really like to show that upfront savings, and you can see that in the middle section here, that upfront savings, rather than waiting for rebates that hit a quarter, 2 quarters down the road. Then through our optimization process, we continue to work to enhance the savings and these numbers to make sure that we're meeting expectations as it relates to programs, specifically our food program. We look at menus and continue this process ongoing throughout the partnership. Nick, anything to add here?
No, I think Amy hit on everything, right? We don't feel morally that if we look at just 100 of your items of 1,000 item order guide, that's a fair representation of the savings that our program can lend. And by doing 80+%, if you decide, hey, we want to move forward, we have 80% of your order guide built out. So it's really setting you up with a clear picture, as Amy mentioned, of how we can roll this out, whether it's food or non-food, how we can roll this out and set you up for success on day one, and then continue this process throughout the partnership of continuing to look at it, continuing to build on it. If you change menus and there's new products added to this, that we make sure that we're buying the correct items. We're keeping your costs in line with always the goal of driving quality. We will never sacrifice quality for a product that's going to save you a little bit of money. We want to have that conversation with you that, hey, we can save you money here, but your residents might not like the product that you're putting out there. We want to have that conversation with you to say, hey, what's important here? What are you trying to drive as an organization? And let's tailor it to your needs. So that's really what we're trying to do here on the upfront before day one. And then obviously we have a lot of examples here of analytics that we share on an ongoing basis.
These are really good checks and balances to know how you're doing as an organization. So you can see here on the top, the left-hand side, really this is representing contract utilizations, helping you understand where your buildings are leveraging the program from a contract standpoint, and where we might be able to hone in to see if we can find some improvement opportunities if those numbers are a little bit low. And then on the right-hand side, these are just snapshots of program overall, where some of the spend is going, broken down into different categories. We like to be very transparent with our data, and we talk about this frequently, most often quarterly or definitely biannually based on member preference. We will come in with this data and have some discussion over what we're looking at here. I mentioned a little bit earlier, we were doing some really cool things with data, and to just share a little bit of that, we are partnered with an AI technology firm that we're looking at AI generated data as it relates specifically to optimizations and item recommendations and changes as it relates to food. So we're looking at this and really putting the pieces together to be able to work through this opportunity and share it with our membership. We're getting pretty close, but this AI piece is going to really, it's going to make this world really fun, I guess is maybe what I'll say there. To be able to customize an optimization at the touch of a button, or pull data at the touch of a button using AI is a really cool thing. And I see that this potentially enhancing our business and your business significantly as we really uncover what the opportunities are with this AI technology. Nick, I'm going to throw it back over to you for the last couple slides here.
Sure. Yeah, just to summarize and kind of recap everything, I mean, these are a few of our members across the country, operators, associations that we partner with. And I'm not going to read all of these, but we really went out to them and said, hey, well, you know, at the onset of this partnership, here's what we set out to do. Are we doing that? What more can we do? And this was just some feedback, but these types of testimonials, if you want to call them that, these are things that are part of our regular communication, right? We don't leave a call and say, hey, thanks for the time, right? We want to say, hey, what else? What else can we do? Is this working for you? What's not working? What can we do better? What do you wish we could do in a perfect world, right? And really focus on, like I said at the beginning of the presentation here, gain that member feedback so that we can adjust, we can evolve, we can be better. And that doesn't happen in a silo. To Amy's earlier point, we need that type of communication, that type of feedback with our members. David mentioned, you know, we don't have any minimums. We don't have any exclusivity. We want to focus on where your headache is. If your headache is in food, let's talk about food. If you are experiencing a different demographic in your geography and you have some folks where there are language barriers, and you think having voice, which is, you know, has 240 languages and has the ability to do a quote unquote FaceTime with someone who's an American Sign, if that's going to better your resident experience, allow you to take in different types of residents, if that's going to satisfy regulations that CMS comes out with, and that's all you want to do, it's 2 minutes to enroll. Everything is done via our website at incitesp.com. You fill out your information, elect which programs that you would like to participate in. Amy's team will then proactively reach out to you, introduce themselves. Hey, I'm the person that if you ever need anything, you can call. Is this all you're interested in? Is there other things that are headaches to you that you would like to discuss? We start building that relationship. But again, there's no DocuSign, there's no print, sign and scan. You know, we've really tried to make this as easy as possible for AHCA NCAL members to just go to our website, participate in whatever you'd like to participate, get any information that you're looking for. And if we don't have it, there's a contact button where you can reach out and say, hey, I have a question about this. And the person in your geography will reach out to you and say, hey, I'm the person that can help you, find a solution to the problem that you're having. So again, everything's done online through our website. I encourage you to visit the website. We have a lot of great resources there. But again, I think the latest statistic is every community is a member of at least 2.2 GPOs. I think that's the latest data that I've seen. And your GPO should provide you with ongoing support. The pricing is great, and if that's all you're looking for out of a partner, that's fine too, as long as you're keeping your costs in line. But there's a lot more that we can do as partners for you, and we encourage you to take us up on that. And if there's ever any ideas you have or ideas you're looking for that can help your staff be better, help your residents have a better experience, please reach out to us. We'd love to collaborate. We'd love to, if it's not something we do today, go find something, because if it's important to you, it's probably important to a lot of our other members. I think having a single point of contact, knowing your GPO team, it's imperative. You're not shuffling through a Rolodex. You know who your person is. They're, as Amy put it, unpaid labor. Reach out to them and include them in what's going on. And if there's anything that we can do that has piqued your interest, again, feel free to reach out to us, and somebody will reach out that it covers your area that's local to you, and they'd love to come out and visit your community and talk through it with you. And if there's anything that myself, Amy, or Jen can do, don't hesitate to reach out. our information is here, and Dave will probably send out some of our contact as well to everyone on the call. So we appreciate it. And with that, I will kick it back to Kendra if there are any questions.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Nick and Amy. And just a reminder, if you would like to submit any questions, please type them into the Q&A box, which can be found at the bottom of your screen. Nick and Amy, as of now, we don't have any questions just yet, but while
Perfect.
we are waiting, are there any additional points that we can cover? And I'll be happy to chime in once I do see some pop up.
No additional points on our end. We'd like to. I was fortunate enough to sit through an award ceremony last week in Tennessee, and I want to thank everybody on the call and everybody watching for everything that you do for our most vulnerable folks of our nation. It's a thankless job, but I want to say thank you, and it takes a special person. So we appreciate everything that you do for everyone. We would love to be a part of it. We value our partnership with AHCA NCAL, and we're excited about the growth we've seen in the partnership, and we really do feel like we're improving the health of the industry. We're moving in that direction. We're doing everything that we can, and for our members and for our state association partners, and we really just want to say we appreciate it. And if there's anything at all we can do, as Jen has told me, there's no dumb questions, which makes me feel good when I ask her for things, but I will say the same to you. There are no dumb questions. If there's anything that we can help with, please use us as a resource. So thank you very much. And I don't know if there's any questions. If not, Kendra, take it away.
All right, great. Nick and Amy, thank you so much. I'm not seeing any additional questions. If any do come up, of course, please feel free to reach out to AHCA and Cal, and they can get you in touch with Nick and Amy and Jen, of course. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. With that, we will wrap up today's webinar. Thank you to our panelists. And then just a reminder, an archived version of this program will be available within the next 2 business days or so. And all registrants will receive an email notification once it's available for viewing, and you may watch at your convenience again. But thank you again for joining us. Today's program is copyright 2024 by the American Healthcare Association. This concludes today's program. Thanks for joining. You may now disconnect.